Hi, so my name is Paige Parker, and I decided to create a quick how-to video on how to format your paperback book for Amazon KDP 2025. And I looked everywhere when I was doing this myself, and I could not find a simple how-to video that included free software. So this does require working with a MacBook operating system, so that is something to keep in mind. You can actually do this through the free version of Canva, and you can also do it through the free version of Apple Pages, which usually comes with most Apple products these days. So I hope this video helps you, and let's get into it. So step one is going to be determine your book size. You can go on my website. I have this linked below, but it's a step-by-step how-to guide, and we're just going to follow along with it. The two types of software that will be required will be Apple Pages and Canva. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out what book size we want to have to determine the size of our paperback novel. So you can go on to KindleDirectPublishing.com, create an account, and click to format a paperback book, and it will lead you to this screen right here. You'll need to figure out what type of paper you want inside your book, and then you'll go down and you'll see where it says trim size. This is where everything begins. So first thing you'll do is you'll just take a look at all the different trim sizes. I prefer 5.25 by 8 inches. I wrote a thriller novel, and I feel like it's just a common standard size. But you can see here they have all different types, and I believe they also offer custom sizing as well. So this is where everything starts for formatting. Step two, you're going to need to figure out your margins. So I have included a link on my article on the website, and it'll take you right to the margins section and margin requirements for your paperback novel. You just scroll down to where you get to the margins and alignment section, and that's going to show you everything you need to know for your margin requirements. One thing to note about margins is you want to be able to be very generous with those margins, because it's going to be helpful when you're trying to get the approval through the Amazon KDP software on their website. So it is a little bit finicky, to say the least, so you want to be generous with your margins. So now we're just going to open up Apple Pages, and we're going to bring in our document. Apple Pages doesn't allow a ton of imports, so you may just have to cut and paste your entire document in here. That's what I had to do. I took it from Google Docs to Pages just by simply cutting and pasting inside that document. Once you have everything in there, you'll need to go to the main menu and the Document Options tab. And this is where you're going to figure out the size of your pages, and it's going to go back to that trim size you chose on Amazon KDP's website. So you'll just enter it in there, and then you want to make sure Facing Pages is turned on, because that's going to make the formatting process a lot easier, because it's going to be like you're looking at a physical book versus just documents on a page. Now we click this next button to go into margin requirements, and so you just use those numbers that you gathered from the Amazon KDP website, and you just simply input those here. And I would add on a little bit extra just to make sure that it aligns perfectly inside the software on Amazon's website. And you'll see here I'm highlighting the gutter margins. They're very picky around the gutter margins, so just make sure you give yourself enough space there. So you just want to go beyond the number that's listed on the Amazon website for margin requirements. Now we can see our book laid out as if it were a real book, and you want to make sure that everything is in place. I had to go in and move some things around. Always keep in mind that typically new chapters always start on the right side of the page, and so you want to make sure that's reflected in your document as it's being formatted for print. So then you can just export your document out into a PDF, and so when it's exported out into a PDF, then you can upload it onto the Amazon KDP website, and that solves your problem of having your first print copy formatted. So then step 6, we're going to want to move into formatting your book cover in Canva. This is the most complex part of formatting your book for print on Amazon KDP. So essentially I've included a link, but you can always search Amazon KDP templates for book covers, but this will take you right there. So you go to the paperback, select your interior type, your paper type, your reading direction, typically is left to right. Measurement units, I like to do inches, and then just select your trim size that you began with, and then enter your page count so you can go back to your formatted document and get your page count. That's one of the reasons you have to do the book formatting first, so then you can get your proper page count, because it'll change depending on the margins, etc., all the different ways that you formatted it. So my book has 367 pages in it, so then I'm including it there, and the page count is 367, and you want to make sure that this number is right, because it will affect the binding of the book, the middle section. If you don't have the correct number of pages, it'll throw off the whole thing. So then you just pop it in there, calculate the dimensions, and download the template. When you download the template, it's going to give you up in the top right-hand corner all of your size requirements. So you'll just grab those size requirements as you open Canva, and then you'll start to select a custom size. And this is the free version of Canva, so I'm just entering in my inches, and I had mine already saved, so I grabbed that from the template document, and then go in and upload the template so you can use that as a base. You may have to save that into a JPEG file, but you can easily do that in pretty much any type of software suite. You can just do a screenshot if you need to of the document itself. And so then once that's uploaded, you can bring it into your custom size document. You're just going to import your pre-existing book cover if you have that already available, or you can create one directly inside of the free version of Canva. And I'm showing you how you can do that. So you can bring in your elements and essentially create a back and a cover copy. It's important to keep everything inside of those pink lines, because that is your cutoff. Obviously, you'd probably want to do more than just a gray background, but this is just for demo purposes. And what I'm doing here is basically you want to just do a quick version of this with the sizing to make sure that when you upload it to Amazon's website that you've got your sizing requirements correct. I do think they change a little bit from what they are recommending, so it can be a little wonky, so this is going to save you a lot of time. I did this like 10 times is probably an exaggeration, but I did it a lot because I kept getting the sizing wrong. So if you do a test version first with all of your sizing already in it, it's going to make that process way easier. So yeah, I'm just adding in a cover, textbook cover, and then we'll save that and upload it into the Amazon website. I really enjoy Canva's software. I think they do a great job. So yeah, you go to Save As, click the Save As button, and click the File Type drop-down menu, and that will take you to the print PDF that's required for Amazon KDP. And then you simply download that document, and we're just testing out to make sure our size requirements are correct. Because if they're wrong, we'll have to start this process all over again. And you wouldn't want to do all that design work and then have to do it all over again, so this is just going to save you some time if the size requirements are wrong. And I think sometimes, like, I noticed I would like catch little things. I don't really fully understand why it would change from what it told me on the template, but it can. So at least in my experience, it did. So you're going to upload your test cover file onto Amazon KDP's website, and once that's done, you'll launch the previewer, and you can take a look to see if there are any errors. And if there are any errors, they're going to pop up where I've highlighted underneath quality check, and it will give you the measurements that you need. I think this is the safest bet, especially with your manuscript uploaded. It's going to know exactly what you need. And so if nothing needed changing, you can go back and continue editing the document that you were working on. But if you needed to change it, you would just repeat those steps of going back in and creating a custom document and then re-entering those sizes and then just starting that process over again. At least that way you wouldn't have done it with all of your designs and having to do that all over again. It's going to save you some time. And so yeah, you can upload the template and use it as a guide. I just showed you different ways that you can arrange it on the page to kind of help you make sure you're getting everything in the right section, and how you can play with layering to help you get everything properly sized and fitted for your cover document. And so that's it. So if this helped you, I encourage you checking out my debut novel. It's called Culture Kills. It's about a girl named Rachel Redding who discovers that her journey to the top of corporate America leaves her 6 feet under. It's a supernatural thriller, psychological thriller, and I really hope that if you do check it out, you like it. Leave a review on Amazon.com, and thank you for your time today. I hope this helped you.